Shalom, family. Today, we're answering a foundational question. How does Scripture identify the Shabbat? Not by tradition, not by a floating weekly cycle, but by Yahuwah's natural order. If the Shabbat is set apart time, then it must be identified, not assumed. Let's begin with the word of Yahuwah in Wayaqara, Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Shabbat of rest, an holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Shabbat of Yahuwah in all your dwellings. Notice what this verse establishes. It gives a sequence. 6 working days, then the 7th. It does not name a weekday. It does not describe a permanent floating cycle. That means the Shabbat must be reached by counting, and counting always requires a starting point. Scripture identifies that starting point through the moon. Tahalyam, Psalms, chapter 104, verse 19. He appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knoweth his going down. This verse is not speaking about winter, spring, summer, or fall. The word translated seasons means appointed times, or Yahuwah's Muadyam, his feasts, Shabbats, and renew moons. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 43, verse 6. From the moon is the sign of feasts, a light that decreases in her perfection. This confirms the role of the moon directly. The moon is the sign for the feasts, or Muadyam. The sun governs the daily cycle of light and setting. So when Scripture speaks of seasons here, it is speaking of sacred time, not the weather. Yahezaqal, Ezekiel, chapter 46, verse 1. Thus saith YAHUAH-ALUAH, the gate of the inner court that looketh toward the east shall be shut the 6 working days, but on the Shabbat it shall be open, and in the day of the new moon it shall be open. This verse clearly establishes the pattern. 6 working days, then the Shabbat. The renew moon is distinguished from the workdays. The renew moon is not a workday. The 6 workdays follow after it, and the Shabbat is identified by counting forward. To identify the Shabbat for a new month, the count begins the moment Hadash is spotted at evening in the western sky. So for example, if Hadash is spotted on a Wednesday evening, that appearance initiates Thursday, making Thursdays the Shabbats for that month. The Shabbat then runs from Wednesday evening to Thursday evening. The use of weekday names in this example are used only for work and scheduling purposes, so you can clearly inform your employer which day your Shabbat will fall on each month, allowing them to schedule you off during that time. The Shabbat is not assumed. It is observed and counted according to Yahuwah's natural order. The Shabbat does not exist independently of the month. It is not a floating tradition. It is identified by Scripture, anchored by the moon, and revealed through observation. That is how the moon identifies the Shabbat. continue to part 3. Shalom.